Hello everybody! Back on this bubble light project. This is going to be part 2. We're going to call this the bubble light extravaganza. I'm having to dub over my audio because my microphones ran out of battery and I didn't realize it. So what I'm doing here is getting ready to trim the little bulb retainer tabs off of the sockets where these bubble light covers will fit. And I've got some 4.5 millimeter O-rings in case I trim a little bit too much, so I gotta slip those over the sockets where they'll make a tighter friction fit, as seen in the previous video, part 1. So I'm just preparing now to trim those little tabs off, and I will do a kind of a time-lapse thing here because it's just kind of repetitive. There, I'm getting ready to make my first cut. And here is a look at the project as it is now. Not quite done yet. I had almost enough to do the full 2 strands of bulbs, but I was 2 sockets short. So that's why the 2 plain bulbs are in place. And now I'm going over to the one that I first did off camera. It also looks very nice, and I am looking forward to putting this into service. I think this will be a nice addition to the items I have that I had put into service last year. As you can see, we got some bubblage going on, so that's a good thing. I'm going to do another experiment later on and see if it works even better. Now I'm taking a look at them with the lights turned off, the overhead lights, to get a better indication of what these will look like. I think these are going to be great. I have found, meanwhile, another set of miniature bubble lights that are dead. Came with an extra tube and base, so I put it on here. So now I'm lacking one socket that needs a bubble light attachment. Turn the lights off and look at them in low lighting. I like this style of miniature bubble light. I never had that type before, but indeed it is bubbling away. So I'm real pleased with this project and looking forward to the big reveal when I put these into service for the season. Very happy to have some of these back again after many years. So we're continuing on with the miniature bubble light extravaganza. I had got another lot of vintage Christmas lights in, and this was included in the package. Unfortunately, they do not work. One bulb is missing, and one bulb for sure is burned out. So we can get into this and see if I can get these revived. So the first two bulbs are missing. One I had taken out myself. This one was missing to begin with, and that's the bulb they take, kind of an oddball. They should be 12-volt bulbs, so I'm going to rob the spare bulbs out of my miniature sets and just put them in there and see what happens. It'll either work or they'll blow up. Worst case scenario, I have got spare bubble tubes. Okay, so what this is looking like is a full relamp. I found one bulb good so far. When I start testing on the other bulbs, the leads break off. Out in my workshop, I have some 12-volt bulbs. I'm going to need 10 of them, so I'm going to go out there to my shop and get those, and I'll come right back and we'll get back to this. I've got my 10 count post and pre-inflation 10 count bulbs. So let's get started relamping this fella. I'll go ahead and put the original sockets back in. These should be all the same milliamps, so it should work for the series string. Hopefully anyway. But like I say, if it doesn't work, I've got spare parts for my other bubble lights. I don't mind getting broken stuff. I can usually get it going again. So I'm just going to get these done and we'll come back in a little bit. Or I'll just do a time lapse or speed it up or something like that. Now for the moment of truth. Heck yeah. Wonderful. So now we got to do a bubble test. There they go. So I'm going to see if I've got any good bulbs here. These are not very good quality. While we're waiting for the lamps to warm up, we'll kill some time testing bulbs. That bulb's good. That one is not. That bulb is good. And that one is good. Might hang on to those. But all the rest of them, either one or both pins have broken off. So those are obviously no good. And then these will go back with the new sets I bought. We'll come back when these begin to bubble and see what they look like. Let's take one last look at them all working before I pack them away for a couple more months, 3 months. And here's the ones I cobbled together with parts, bubbling away. That's a real nice little set there. I like these. That's the one I just relamped, the strand. And these are the Sears ones I showed in a previous part. So I'm going to call this part 2 of the Summer Finds Mini Bubble Light Extravaganza. Thank you for watching.